What is up, guys? Welcome to 1010 Talk. Yes, I'm finally back. I know I've been gone for a little over a month or so. I apologize about that. Between the holidays, me finishing my capstone for my master's degree, being away from home for 3 weeks, 1 week in California and 2 weeks in Asia, actually, I just didn't really have the time or the motivation to record videos. But I'm back at it. New year, new content, new me. Maybe not new me, same old me. But I figure what better than to start off 2019 with a top 3 SIHH 2019 novelties video. So these are going to be my personal picks. So let's get kicked off with number 3. So number 3 is a watch that I love purely based on aesthetics. Now I know the movement is pretty beautiful too, and it has a lot of components and is, I guess you could consider it hot horology, but it is the new Hermes dual moon phase. Now I know Arnold & Sons has done something similar to this previously, but this has just got to be one of the most beautiful watches that came out of 2019 SIHH in my opinion, and honestly probably one of the coolest designs of any watch I've ever seen. So as you see from the pictures here, there are 2 moon phases, and the 2 date wheels that you see, the date and the time, click around 31 days, which provide for a full revolution of the moon. So you go through every single moon phase in the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere with the 2 moons that you see north and south. I'll also link a video for you guys to see this live in motion, clicking through the individual days so you can see how cool it actually looks. It's housed in a 43mm case that is pure 18 karat white gold, and the movement is composed of 193 parts and 28 jewels. Now there are 2 different versions of this watch that you'll see in the photos right now, and both are limited to 100 pieces. You'll see there's sort of like a gray meteorite style dial and a more of a navy blue, midnight blue night sky version. Number 2 is more of an idea, an experience rather than just a watch itself. So Panerai recently at SIHH decided to separate the submersible from the Luminor line. So they debuted a whole bunch of submersibles, and in particular they had 3 really cool limited edition versions. So these include an experience with the watch. So example, the Mike Horn edition, which is my favorite aesthetically, and I think Mike Horn's one of the coolest guys out there. Look him up, he's a super cool explorer who's been around the world and done some ridiculous things that most people would just dream of doing. So there are 2 separate Mike Horn editions. One of them I think is $19,000 and the other one is $39,000. So the $39,000 version, which you'll see on the screen now, is limited to only 19 pieces. Every single person that buys one of those 19 pieces gets to go on a Panerai paid expedition with Mike Horn himself to either the Arctic or the Antarctic, I'm not really sure. But anyway, point is you get a super cool experience, which you should be expecting, to be honest, for the $39,000 price tag. What's really cool here is that you're buying a piece that hopefully you love, and the thing is you get to attach even more sentimental value to this watch that you bought. So if you have $39,000 lying around and you want to make a trip of it too, go ahead and buy the Mike Horn edition submersible. They also have a different PAM that has a free diving trip associated with it, and then one that is somehow tied to the Italian frogmen, the equivalent of the US Navy SEALs, where I guess you get to go and be in the water with them or do some cool tactical stuff. But I think that's a really cool idea coming from Panerai, and I think a lot of brands are going to start possibly doing this in the future. And lastly, my number 1 novelty from SIHH 2019, you guys are probably not expecting what I'm about to say, but it is the Max Busser and Friends, the MB&F Medusa desk clock. So, a desk clock, why would you put that as number 1? You'll see in the pictures right now that this is one of the coolest freaking things you'll ever see. It's called the Medusa, and it's modeled after a jellyfish, okay? And there are 2 different ways to display this watch. You'll see in the pictures here that you can have these steel I don't know if they're aluminum or steel, to be honest, but you can keep it as a desk clock, or you can hang it, suspend it from the air like a real jellyfish, where you'll have the Murano glass tentacles coming down from the body of the jellyfish. So it comes in 3 different colors. It comes in a blue, a pinkish purple, and a green. And these are all hand-blown Murano glass, so they vary a little bit. So each of them is technically a piece unique. There's 50 pieces, and the entire thing is pretty big, and it weighs about 6 kilos, including the glass. So it's pretty heavy. But I just think it's one of the most beautiful, unique, coolest concept ideas that I've seen come out of SIHH. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I know there's a lot of really great watches that came out, some that are a little bit sportier and more affordable, like IWC's line, and perhaps the Cartier Santos chronograph, which I think is absolutely gorgeous. And then you have incredible things like the Vacheron Constantin Perpetual Calendar, where you can actually physically change the beat rate on it from a 3-day power reserve to a 65-day power reserve. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. As always, follow me on Instagram at 1010Tock. I usually keep up with that a little bit more in advance than the YouTube, so you can see some new watches that I've gotten that I haven't even mentioned on the channel yet, as well as some cool shots from Thailand that I had with my Samurai and things like that. If you guys haven't subscribed already, please do. Much more content coming in the future. Much more content with Aista too. She is not in this video, but you will see her very soon. Some big news in the future to announce, and I will catch you guys in the next video.